I never saw you. But I felt you. In the moments I should have fallen apart, but didn't. There were days I barely made it, smiling like I didn't hate it, carrying a weight unseen, living somewhere in between. Every step felt so unsure, nothing steady, nothing pure. But somehow I kept moving on, like a strength I leaned upon. Unseen hands holding me together. You were there, in the breath I didn't notice, in the strength I thought was mine. You catch me when I fall apart, hold the pieces of my heart. Even when I'm unaware, you've always been right there. Through the silence, through the pain, you were steady through the rain. Looking back, I see it clearer. Every moment you were nearer, in the doors that never closed, in the hope I never chose. Oh, and the nights I didn't break, though I thought I couldn't take one more second of the way. Still, you made a way. Invisible, but undeniable. Quiet, but unbreakable. Maybe faith isn't seeing, but remembering. I thought surrender would feel like losing everything, but it felt more like finally putting something down that I was never meant to carry. I held on to every memory like it defined my existence. Every moment, every failure, every piece of who I was. Even when it caused me pain, I refused to let it leave me. 'Cause I didn't know who I'd be without the weight I learned to love. I thought letting go was weakness, thought it meant I was defeated. Thought surrender was the end of everything I tried to build. But I didn't see the freedom waiting quietly beyond it. Didn't know that letting go was how my heart would heal. After surrender, there is something deeper than relief. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness isn't empty, it's full of presence. In the quiet after breaking, in the calm beyond the pain, I can feel a gentle healing flowing slowly through my veins. Not because the past is gone, not because it didn't stay, but because I'm no longer holding on to it the same way. And the weight I used to carry doesn't own me anymore. There is freedom in surrender I have never known before. Now I sit inside the silence, but it doesn't feel like absence. There's a fullness in the stillness that I never felt before. Like a presence wrapping softly around every part of me. Like a peace that doesn't leave when I walk through the unknown. And I'm learning I don't need to understand it to receive it. Don't need answers to be certain that I'm finally okay. Yeah. There is something in this moment that feels steady, that feels grounded. Like I found a place where I can stay. Not empty, not alone, just finally home. And maybe peace was never waiting somewhere far away. Maybe it was always here, waiting for me to release everything. If wisdom could hold you, I think it would feel like this. Soft, patient, never forcing, only inviting. I built my life on what I could control, measured my worth by what I could hold. Every success felt temporary, every failure cut too deep. I wore confidence like armor, but underneath I couldn't breathe. But gentle hands, they found me in the dark. Didn't push, didn't pull, just healed my heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Not the polished version of you, not the version that looks strong, but the trembling, uncertain, honest one. You hold me without pressure, love me into surrender. Every wall I built inside falls away without a fight. In your quiet mystery, you rewrite the best of me. I was loud in my confusion, chasing noise, calling it truth, running circles in my mind, trying not to feel the truth. But your silence cut much deeper than the chaos ever could. And I found peace in surrender, where I thought I never would. Softly, softly, you undo what broke me. Slowly, slowly, you rebuild the holy. Now I see strength was never mine to carry alone, and peace was never something I had to earn, just something I had to receive. In a world that forgets so easily, You remember every detail, every part of me. I felt lost among the millions, just another passing presence, trying hard to find a meaning in the noise of everything. Every label they assigned me never seemed to fully fit me. Every version of myself felt incomplete and temporary. I kept searching for identity in places that were shifting, in approval and attention, in the things that fade away. But somewhere deep within the silence, there was something softly calling. Not my failure, not my fear, but my name. Not forgotten, not invisible. I have called you by name. You are mine. Not based on who you were, but on who you are to me. You know me deeper than the surface I present to everyone. Every hidden thought and feeling, every battle I have won, and the ones I've lost in silence, and the ones I never show. Still you look at me with mercy, like I'm more than what I know. Not defined by my mistakes, or by the things I try to hide, but redeemed within a love that never leaves my side. And I don't have to keep performing, don't have to keep pretending, don't have to earn a place inside a love that's always mine. You already see the ending, already know the whole story. Still you choose to walk beside me through the unfolding of my life. And the more I let you show me who I am beneath the surface, the more I feel a freedom I have never felt before. Like identity was never something I had to discover, just something I was given at my core. Fully known, fully loved, without condition. And maybe I was never lost, just unaware that I was always seen and called by name. I've been carrying things you never asked me to carry, blaming myself for burdens you never gave me. I've been walking with a heaviness I thought was mine to hold. Every failure, every moment I believed I wasn't enough. I turned shame into a language, let it shape the way I see me. Built an identity around the weight of giving up. And I thought that this was justice, thought that this was what I earned. For every wrong decision, every path I chose in fear. But the deeper that I carried it, the more I started breaking from a voice that was never yours to hear. This weight was never from you. My yoke is easy, My burden is light, so why does mine feel like drowning? If this weight is not from heaven, then I'm laying it down now. Every lie I've been believing, every silent hidden vow. I don't have to earn forgiveness, I don't have to prove my worth. If your love was never fragile, why did I make it hurt? Let me walk into the freedom I've been too afraid to claim. Let me finally release the guilt attached to my own name. I've been punishing my spirit for the things I can't undo, reliving every moment like it defines me to the end. But you're not asking for perfection, you're not measuring my failures. You're just asking if I'm willing to let healing begin. And it's hard to let it go when it feels so familiar, like the pain became a part of how I understand myself. But I'm learning I don't need it to remember who I am. I can leave it and still be someone else, not condemned, but released. So I drop it, every weight, every lie, and I walk. I'm not lighter because I'm strong, but because you carried it first. I keep asking myself, where did I lose you? Was it sudden? Or did it happen slowly? One compromise at a time. There was a time I felt you clearly, in the quiet of my breathing, like every step I took was somehow guided by your hand. But somewhere in the distance of becoming who I wanted, I replaced your voice with echoes I could barely understand. I didn't notice when the silence started feeling unfamiliar. Didn't question why my prayers began to sound like empty air. I just kept moving, kept pretending I was still connected, while slowly drifting somewhere far from where you were. Where did I lose you? Or did I just lose myself? Maybe you never moved. Maybe I just stopped turning towards you. If I wandered far without realizing what I left behind, if I traded truth for comfort just to quiet down my mind, can you meet me in the distance where I barely recognize the version of myself I've been hiding in disguise? I don't need to understand it, I just need to feel you near, even if it starts with broken words and honest fear. I remember how it felt to sit in stillness without running, without needing validation from a world that never stays. Now I'm chasing after meaning in 1,000 different places, but none of them can fill the quiet emptiness I face. And maybe I've been searching in directions you were never about surrendering control. But tonight I'm tired of running from the truth I keep avoiding. I just wanna find my way back to my soul. If you're still here, if you still hear me, then meet me in this unfinished prayer, in this moment of return. Not as I was, but as I am now. You never forced your way into my chaos. Never raised your voice above my noise. You just kept calling, softly, consistently, like you knew one day I would finally listen. Through the noise I built around me, just to keep from feeling empty. Through the walls I carefully constructed out of fear and doubt, there was always something reaching, something gently interfering with the lies I kept repeating, with the pain I carried out. Not in pressure, not in panic, not in urgency or striving, but a voice that felt familiar in a way I couldn't explain. Even when I ran the furthest, chasing distance like protection, you were closer than the silence, calling out my name softly. You call me through the echoes of my own resistance. Not a command, not a demand, just an invitation to come home. You don't rush the pace I'm walking when my steps are filled with fear. You just meet me in the distance, always somehow drawing near. Every time I turn away, every time I try to hide, you are there without condition, standing patient by my side. No requirement to be worthy, no performance to be made, just your quiet, open presence and the mercy that you gave. I was tired of pretending I was stronger than I felt, tired of carrying illusions that were slowly breaking me. And the moment I surrendered wasn't loud or overwhelming. It was quiet, it was simple, it was finally being free. Oh, not because my past was perfect, not because I earned forgiveness, but because your love was deeper than the things I tried to be. And in letting go of striving, I discovered something sacred. You were never far from me. Not louder, just deeper. Not distant, just nearer. And now I hear you, not in noise, not in pressure, but in peace. And I'm finally learning how to answer. What if the places that hurt the most are the places you choose to enter? I tried to hide my broken places, covered them with different faces, told the world that I was fine, while I slowly lost my mind. Every scar I tried to erase still reflected in your gaze. Not with judgment, not with shame, but like you were calling my name. These wounds are not wasted. He heals the brokenhearted, but healing means touching the pain, not avoiding it. Turn my wounds to something sacred. Every part I thought was faded, let your light come shining through every crack that leads to you. If this pain can bring me near, then I'll hold it without fear. I used to think that strength was hiding, keeping everything inside me, but I found a deeper truth. There is power in the bruise. When I finally let you see every shattered part of me, you didn't turn your face away, you just stayed. Not rejected, but restored. Maybe I'm not broken. Maybe I'm being rebuilt. Don't speak. Not yet. Just stay right here with me. There are moments when I don't need answers or explanations, when the weight of everything feels too complex to define, and the only thing I long for isn't clarity or direction. It's a presence that reminds me I am not alone inside. So I sit here in the quiet, letting everything unravel. Every thought, every emotion I've been trying to control. And instead of reaching outward for a solution or distraction, I just stay here and let you hold my soul. Stay with me in the silence. Sometimes love doesn't speak, it stays. You don't have to say a word for me to know that you are near. In the stillness, in the breathing, in the absence of my fear, there's a comfort in your presence that I cannot recreate. Something deeper than a feeling, something stronger than my faith. And even when I don't understand the reason or the why, I can rest inside the knowing that you're with me in this time. I've been searching for a meaning in the middle of the chaos, trying hard to make sense of every moment that I face. But I'm learning there are seasons where the answer isn't knowledge. It's a quiet kind of trust that doesn't need to be explained. And in letting go of questions, I discover something steady, not dependent on the outcome, not defined by what I see, just a peace that sits beside me in the middle of uncertainty, like a quiet voice reminding me to breathe. No answers, just presence. So don't leave, not yet. Stay until this silence feels like home. I thought if I could fix everything inside me, then maybe I'd finally be worthy of you. I've been working on myself like I'm a problem to be solved, trying hard to eliminate the parts I'm ashamed of. Every flaw I tried to silence, every weakness I rejected, every version of myself I thought you wouldn't love. And I told myself a story that I had to be completed before I could even stand inside the presence of your grace. But the more I tried to fix me, the more I felt exhausted, like I was running in a never-ending race. I thought I had to fix myself before I came to you. But you said, come as you are, not come when you're ready. If I don't have to be perfect just to stand inside your love, if I don't have to earn the mercy that is always more than enough, then maybe I can finally let my guard begin to fall. Let you see the parts of me I never show at all. And instead of trying harder, I can simply learn to be someone who is fully known and still completely free. I've been measuring my progress like it defines my direction, counting every step I take as if it proves my worth. But you're not keeping score the way I always imagined. You're not waiting for perfection to reveal what I deserve. And the more I start to see it, the more something shifts within me, like a pressure slowly lifting off my chest. I don't have to build a version that is worthy of your presence. I just have to let you meet me as I am, and do the rest. Not improved, but accepted. And maybe healing was never about fixing. Maybe it was always about being found.
There are days I feel brave, and there are nights I feel borrowed. Today I ran out of strength, somewhere between expectation and disappointment. I thought faith meant endurance, but maybe it also means admitting I am tired. You said your power rests on weakness, not performance, not applause, not flawless devotion, just weakness.
And I have plenty
when my strength is small.
When my strength is small.
Be the courage in my bones.
When my hands can't hold it all.
Carry what I've never known.
Carry what I've never known.
If your grace is truly enough.
If your grace is truly enough,
then let it cover me.
Let it cover me.
When my strength is small tonight.
When my strength is small tonight.
Be strong inside of me.
Be strong inside of me.
There's a proverb that says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. But I've tried to be my own tower, built from discipline, from image,
from pretending.
And every tower I built collapsed under pressure. So here I am, without strategy, without pride,
just honest heart.
When my strength is small, be the shelter over fear. When my faith begins to fall, lean a little closer here. I don't need to conquer, I don't need to prove. Just let your quiet mercy teach my heart to move.
If weakness is the doorway, then let me walk through.
Without shame,
small
but held,
weak
but loved.
It's late tonight. The city lights are quiet through my window. And somewhere between the ticking clock and the breath in my chest, I remember the words you left us. You are my refuge and my strength. Some nights faith feels loud, like a choir filling the heavens. But tonight, faith sounds like a whisper, just me and you, and the silence learning how to trust again. Lord, in the quiet I hear your voice, soft as mercy, strong as choice. When the world falls far below, you remind my soul to slow. Every fear begins to fade in the shadow of your grace. When my heart forgets the way your love becomes my place. The book of Psalms says, be still and know that I am God. But being still is harder than running sometimes. My thoughts wander through old worries, old regrets, old questions. Yet your promises sit patiently like sunrise, waiting behind the night. Suddenly I realize peace isn't the absence of storms. It's knowing who walks on the water. Even the night belongs to you. Even my weakness sings your truth. When my strength begins to fall, grace is stronger than it all. Even the night belongs to you. Even my weakness sings your truth. When my strength begins to fall, grace is stronger. So tonight I close my eyes and rest inside your word. Not because the world is quiet, but because your love is louder than my fears.
Invocation. The loudest storms are not outside.
It's the thoughts that swirl at midnight, the insecurities that rise, the memories that replay behind closed eyes. I smile in conversation while chaos lives inside, but you calm internal oceans with a whisper, not a tide. Whisper later,
Peace.
be still.
Be still. Emotions are not enemies.
Emotions are not enemies, but they are not masters either. You sit enthroned above my feelings. You are steady,
rising devotional,
steady,
be steady through the storm within, anchor everywhere. When my mind begins to wander, be the courage that I crave. If you reign above confusion and rule above the wind, be steady through the storm within.
calm my racing,
Calm my racing,
calm my restless mind,
calm my restless mind.
calm my restless mind.
Yeah. Oh, oh, baby.
Calm my racing,
Calm my racing heart,
calm my restless,
calm my restless mind.
calm my restless mind.
Oh.
Be steady through the storm within, till quiet fills my chest, till anxiety surrenders and my spirit finally rests. The world may shake around me, but I will not give in, for you are calm and constant through the storm within.
The storm is not in control.
Oh. When the room grows quiet and my thoughts finally slow, I begin to notice you were never far. I used to think you arrived with you arrive with peace. I sit still, not waiting for signs, just allowing your nearness. God is near in the silence, closer than my fear. I don't need to hear thunder to know you are here. My worries soften in the sound of nothing, and faith finds space to breathe. You remind me, be still and know, not rush, not prove, just know it is near in the silence, holding every tear. I rest my soul in your presence, and the noise disappears. So I stay longer than heaven allows, and let silence become worship. God is near in the silence, holding every tear. I rest my soul in your presence, and the noise disappears. So I stay longer than habit allows, and let silence become worship.
I used to search for you in distant places, but you were always closer than my breathing.
In hospital rooms, in empty bank accounts, in conversations that broke my heart, you were there.
Not always loud, not always obvious, but steady.
You are nearer than my breath,
Closer than my skin.
even in my wandering.
You never left me then.
When I feel abandoned,
When I question what is true,
you are nearer than my breath.
faithful through and through. I chase success,
I chase success,
I chase affection,
I chase validation.
but peace was never in the chasing.
It was in surrender.
You do not demand perfection.
You invite relationship.
You are
Nearer than my breath.
in the breaking and the whole, present in the silence, resting in my soul. If mountains move by faith alone, then let my heart believe.
You are nearer than my breath.
Holy, holy,
Faithful,
everlasting love,
faithful,
everlasting love.
faithful, everlasting love.
You are nearer than my breath.
Every morning, every night,
In the valley and the blessing,
you are constant light.
and when my final prayer is whispered,
And my earthly voice grows thin,
you'll be nearer than breath,
you'll be nearer than my breath.
and lead me home again,
Closer than air,
closer than fear.
always here. I didn't know the words to say, so I cried instead. Every tear fell heavy like truth from the stories I never said. I carried pain like it was mine, like it defined my name. But you stayed close in the silence, never asking me to explain. This is where my tears learn to pray, not with words, just honest pain. In your presence I found a way, where my tears learn to pray. You didn't rush my broken heart, you didn't push me through. You let my sorrow speak a song until hope broke through. Now my breath moves slow and deep, I feel your calm remain. What once felt like the end of me became the start of change. This is where my tears learn to pray. Every wound called by name. In divine love I stay, where my tears learn to pray. you meet me in the whisper, not in the fire, not in the thunder, but in stillness. And suddenly the quiet feels sacred. Holy is the quiet when you draw near. No words needed, your presence is clear. I remove the noise, the hurry, the need to be seen. And bow without moving. You search my heart, not to accuse, but to cleanse. Holy is the quiet where my soul kneels, and heaven listens as faith reveals. I stay here longer than comfort allows, because reverence changes me. Holy is the quiet when you draw near. No words needed, your presence is clear. Holy is the quiet where my soul kneels, and heaven listens as faith reveals.
Growth rarely announces itself. I wanted instant breakthrough. You chose gradual becoming. Roots before branches, depth before height. I mistook slow for stagnant, but heaven is patient with fragile things.
Growing unseen, changing within.
If you're shaping what I can't see, if you're healing underneath, then I will trust the hidden
Work happening in me,
even when the progress feels too small to show. I believe in
sacred
seeds that slowly grow. Slow but certain,
quiet but sure.
Why is this taking long?
But sure,
Because I built to last.
but sure,
Why must pruning hurt?
but sure,
Because dead things must
but
pass.
sure,
Will I bloom again?
but sure.
In season you will.
let the slow work of heaven shape my heart with care. Form endurance in the waiting, plant resilience there. If your timing writes a story better than my own, I surrender to the slow work you are making. No, heaven is not in a hurry. Heaven,
I thought surrender meant defeat. Now I know it means relief.
I fought to keep composure, to manage every threat. I carried self-reliance like armor on my chest. But armor gets exhausting when battles never cease, and pride can block the doorway to peace.
Spoken reflection,
Weakness once embarrassed me, now it invites you closer.
when my strength finally surrenders,
Your power fills the space.
when my striving comes to nothing.
I fall into your grace.
If power is perfected,
When human effort ends, then let my strength surrender again and again. Tears once felt like failure,
now they feel like trust.
kneeling once felt fragile,
Now it feels like dust.
returning to the Maker who formed me from the start. Strength is not resistance, it's a yielded heart.
If I stop holding everything together, what happens?
When my strength finally surrenders,
I discover who you are,
not distant in perfection,
but closer than my scars.
and every time I loosen
What I was never meant to bear, I find
the God of mercy,
waiting there.
closing benediction,
Surrender is safer.
closing benediction,
Surrender is safer.
closing benediction.
Surrender is safe here.
Alma, the room is quiet tonight. Just a small lamp glowing, soft shadows on the wall, and the sound of my breathing. Somewhere in this stillness, I remember a verse. His mercies are new every morning. But Lord, what about the nights, the hours when doubts grow louder and hope feels far away? Maybe mercy lives here too,
hidden in the quiet, waiting for tired hearts to slow down long enough to notice. Your mercy finds me in the silence, where my restless thoughts grow weak, like a river flowing gently through the places I can't speak. Even when the night is heavy, even when my soul feels small, grace arrives without a warning. Love is standing through it all. I used to believe peace came after answers, after solutions, after understanding everything. But your word says, peace I leave with you. Not later, not someday, now. And suddenly I see, peace was never something I had to chase. It was always something you were offering. When my strength begins to fade, your promises remain, like a lighthouse in the dark, calling softly through the rain. When my strength begins to fade, your promises remain, like a lighthouse in the dark, calling softly through the rain. And in this quiet room tonight, I realize mercy never needed noise. It only needed a listening heart. I questioned everything I knew, even you sometimes. But doubt don't mean I walked away. It just means I cried. I held on to you with shaking hands through nights that felt too long. Faith wasn't strong or confident, it was barely holding on. I didn't lose my faith, I just learned how to bend. I didn't walk away from love, I learned how to depend. You didn't leave when I was weak, you stayed when I was numb. You showed me faith ain't certainty, it's choosing love when answers don't come. Now I trust the dark won't last, I trust the dawn will rise. I don't need to see the road, I see it in your eyes. I didn't lose my faith, I found a deeper way. Not loud belief, but honest trust that stays. Even doubt knows your name. I didn't lose my faith, and I lost my fear I didn't come with answers, I didn't come with strength. I came with shaking hands and a heart that barely bent. I tried to fix myself for years, tried to pray the pain away, but the cracks kept showing up no matter what I say. I'm tired of pretending healing means I never fall apart. I'm tired of calling weakness something wrong inside my heart. No. Deepening pain. Some nights I sit with memories that still know how to breathe. They knock so gently on my chest like they're part of me. I asked you why you let me break, why love still hurts this way, but the question faded slowly when you chose to stay. Gospel presence arrives. You didn't say let me change you, you said come closer now. You didn't rush my breathing, you didn't ask me how. You opened up your arms right before I had the words, and I felt safe without explaining why my face still hurts. I didn't come to be fixed, I came to be held in a love that doesn't flinch at the stories I tell. You didn't need me stronger, you didn't need me brave. You just held me in the middle of everything I couldn't save. So realization, that's when I felt my body soften. That's when my chest released, when I realized I don't need answers to finally feel peace. I'm not a project to be finished, I'm not a problem to erase. I'm a human being learning how to rest in grace. No fixing, no forcing, just breathing in your presence. Silence feels kinder now, my thoughts don't scream. They sit beside me and let me be. R&B, returning to life. Now I wake up slower, but I wake up real. I don't rush the healing, I let myself feel. I still have fragile moments, but they don't scare me away, because I know I'll be held again at the end of the day. The night was heavy, hope felt thin. Every fear came rushing in. I counted losses, named my pain, wondered if I'd rise again. Then grace appeared, not loud or bright, just steady love in darkest night. Awake in your presence, my soul stands still. From broken will to quiet will, faith restores what fear denied. Your love surrounds where I reside. were closer than I dreamed. You taught my heart a gentler pace where mercy lives, not race. I surrender who I was, every fear, every loss. Shape me through both joy and pain. I trust your hands to remain. Morning breeze, a tender sound. Hope rises from the ground. I walk forward, soft yet strong, held by love my whole life long. Piano fades, my spirit wakes. Peace remains, no part forsakes. Still awake, forever new. I rise, I live, I rest in you. There are moments in life when the soul feels far from home. Not a place on a map, but a place in the heart. The place where peace used to live. David once wrote, "Restore to me the joy of your salvation." A prayer for returning, a prayer for starting again. Lead me back to quiet waters, where my restless spirit heals. Every step toward your presence shows my heart what's truly real. I was wandering through shadows, trying to walk all alone. Now your mercy lights the pathway, and my soul is coming home. God never rushes the journey. He waits patiently, like a father watching the road for a child who wandered far. And when we finally turn around, there is no anger, only open arms. Home is where your mercy stays, lighting up my darkest day. And tonight I remember the road back to God was never closed.
There are rooms inside my heart I keep locked. Not because you would reject me, but because I'm ashamed to open them. I learned to hide behind composure, to decorate my broken walls. I mastered holy language while ignoring silent calls. I smiled through Sunday worship, kept my secrets dressed in white, but fear still slept beside me every single night.
There are corners filled with memories I pretend are outgrown, but healing cannot enter where light is never shown. You never reflection,
You never
force the door, you never shame the silence. You simply waited with a lamp in your hand.
If you already know the worst of me, why am I still afraid?
When the light finds me hiding, don't let me run away. Shine into the places where regret still stays. If love is not avoidance, but courage bathed in grace, then let the light come find me in every hidden place.
I thought confession meant collapse, that honesty would break me down. But truth feels like exhaling after years about to drown. You called me out of shadows not to expose my shame, but to remind the darkness it no longer has a claim.
Search me, know me, lead me deeper still.
If I show you everything, will you stay?
I have already seen it all.
Even the parts I despise.
Especially those.
When the light finds me hiding, let mercy be the flame. Burn away the false identity. Silence every silly accusing name. If freedom waits in openness, if healing grows in truth, then let the light keep finding me and make my spirit new. Nothing hidden is beyond redemption.
I spent so long pretending straight, calling it belief, but inside I was exhausted, trying not to grieve. I learned how to sound faithful, but not how to be real, until the struggle spoke my name and asked me how I feel. I told you I was tired of carrying the load, of trusting with my words, but doubting in my soul. You didn't interrupt my pain, you let me say it all. And that's when faith started breathing in the middle of my fall. I let the struggle speak to you instead of running from the truth. And somehow in my honesty, you were already there with me. You said my grace is not offended by the questions you ask. You call my weakness holy ground, not something from my past. You didn't give me easy answers, you gave me space, and I found peace growing slowly in that grace. Nothing left to prove. Now my heart don't race like before, I'm moving softer ways. I learned that faith can live inside the mess I couldn't change. I let the struggle speak out. I let the struggle speak at last, and struggles speak at last, and found a love that holds me fast. I don't need to hide to belong. I've been yours all along. Covered by your grace, yeah. I was drifting in the darkest night, couldn't find a single light. Every step was filled with fear, every prayer I thought you wouldn't hear. But you reached down through the pain, like a healing pouring rain. Now I'm standing here today, by the mercy you gave. You never turned your face away, even when I lost my way. I am covered by your grace, held within your holy place. Every scar and every tear, you have washed away my fear. I am covered by your grace, nothing else can take your place. You are all I need to know. In your love I am whole. In your love I am whole. When the weight was on my chest and I couldn't find my rest, you were whispering my name. Child, you're not the same. Now I see the light you bring. Now my soul begins to sing. Every chain is falling down, you have turned it all around. Oh, your grace, it lifts me higher. Oh, your grace, my heart's desire. I will sing forevermore. You're the one my soul adores. I am covered by your grace. Every moment, every place, I am covered by your grace. I will run this race. I am covered by your grace. I will run this race. Nothing in this world can break what your love has made. I am yours. I am yours, covered by your grace. Oh, covered by your grace. I've been quiet for a while now, not because I walked away. I just didn't have the language for the doubts I couldn't say. I kept smiling through the questions, calling silence being strong. But inside my faith felt fragile, like it didn't quite belong. I watched others sing with certainty, While my prayers felt incomplete, I wondered if you still heard me. When I barely found belief, I didn't stop loving you. I just stopped feeling brave. I was scared you'd see the weakness I was trying hard to save. I didn't fall away from you. I just stayed and felt the ache. I was learning how to trust you. In the waiting, in the break, I didn't fall away from you. I just stayed and felt the ache. I was learning how to trust you. In the waiting, in the break. You said faith is not performance, it's staying when it hurts. You didn't ask me to be louder, you just asked me not to run. That's when peace began to breathe. In the places I denied, you didn't fix my situation. You stayed right by my side. Now my heart moves slower, but it feels more true. I don't need to rush the healing, I'm still here with you. I didn't fall away in doubt, I fell into your grace. Somehow in my honesty, I found my place. I'm still here.
Some people hear thunder. I hear mercy. It's not dramatic, it doesn't shake the ground. It hums beneath my breathing like a constant melody.
Even when I forget,
You remember me. It's the sound of steady mercy, flowing like a quiet stream. Not loud enough to startle, but stronger than it seems. When my failures try to echo and accuse me endlessly, I lean into the sound of steady mercy over me.
morning after morning, compassion doesn't run dry. Your faithfulness doesn't fluctuate with my emotions.
You are consistent in a world of shifting ground. It's the sound of steady mercy, falling like a gentle rain, washing off the dust of yesterday, loosening every chain. Hey, if grace is not a moment, but a rhythm that I breathe, then let the sound of steady mercy be the anthem over me. Constant, unchanging, always near. It's the sound of steady mercy
In the silence of my room,
oh,
in hospital corridors, in seasons of resume,
oh,
through every rise and valley, through every victory, I will rest within the sound
of steady mercy. Cover me. Mercy still flowing.
Above all else, guard your heart, because everything flows from it. But Lord, I didn't realize how easily my heart could drift. I gave pieces of myself to voices that didn't know my name. I trusted feelings more than truth. And slowly, without noticing, I became someone I didn't recognize. Not every open door was meant for me to walk through. Not every yes was aligned with your will. But I didn't ask you first. I moved ahead and called it faith. But you were patient, even when I wasn't careful, even when I didn't listen. Guard my heart when I cannot see. Guard my heart when I'm lost within me. Teach me your ways so I don't drift away. Guard my heart and lead me back to truth today. Now I understand. Not everything that feels right is right. And not everything that hurts is meant to destroy me. Sometimes it's you protecting me from what I cannot yet see. Cleanse my thoughts, redirect my desires, and anchor my heart in your word. If you guard my heart, then I am safe, even in uncertainty. When the night is closing in on me and I can't see what's ahead, you become the light I need. Every word you ever said, in the silence of my broken dreams, you are whispering so clear, telling me to trust again, telling me to not fear. Like a fire deep within my soul, You are making me whole. You are my light in the darkness. You are my hope when I'm lost. Every tear that I have cried, you have paid the highest cost. You are my light, you are my guide, shining brighter every time. You are my light. When the world keeps pulling me away and I lose my way again, you remind me every day you are closer than a friend. All the pieces fall in place when I look into your face. There's a peace I cannot explain, grace that carries every pain. I will follow where you go, even when I don't know. You are faithful, you are true. Everything I need is you. You are my light in the darkness. Ooh, you are my peace in the storm. Every moment, every breath, in your love I am reborn. I spent so long believing something must be wrong. Why healing took so much time? Why pain stayed this long? I internalized the weight and turned patience into shame. I thought love would come later after I changed. Blues, grief, I'm on the version of me I thought I had to be. I grieved the years I punished myself for feeling deeply. Gospel revelation, and you said nothing was wrong with you. You were just hurting and human. You didn't fail the process you were living. Your voice didn't rush, it didn't accuse. It named my pain without making it something to remove. Nothing was wrong with me. I was learning how to breathe in a world that taught me silence when I needed relief. Ooh, nothing was wrong with me. I was worthy all along. I didn't need to earn your love. I belong. Soul liberation, that true loosens something heavy that I carried for years. It wasn't my sensitivity, it was unprocessed fear. I stopped asking permission to take up space. I stopped apologizing for needing grace. Yes, freedom. Lightness feels indifference. I trust my feelings again. I trust my sins. I still have moments of doubt, but they don't own me, because I know what it feels like to be held completely. Nothing was wrong with me.
Softened invocation. Tonight I bring my fear into the light. I've carried shadows on my shoulders. Let worst case stories lead my mind. I've rehearsed disasters in the dark that never happened in real time.
But fear grows loud in isolation, echoing what might go wrong. Yeah, your presence interrupts it like a steady healing song.
Whisper layer.
You are safe here.
You are held here.
You are here. Here.
Fear promises protection, but delivers paralysis. It speaks in urgency. You speak in peace.
One voice rushes,
The other reassures.
the other reassures.
And I am learning which one sounds like love.
Lead me to the place where fear loses power, where trust becomes my refuge, hour by hour. If perfect love is stronger than every anxious thought, take me to the place where fear is not my Lord.
I release imagined futures. I release borrowed trouble. I release what hasn't even happened.
There is a place where fear loses its power, where peace stands guard at the door, where tomorrow rests in faithful hands, and I don't have to worry anymore. If you hold every heartbeat and number every breath, then I will rest in the place where fear bows down to faith.
Closing blessing. Companic. I learned early how to impress. I'm still learning how to be honest. I knew the language of devotion, how to say the holy lines. I could lift my hands in worship while guarding what was mine.
Religion felt like theater,
Faith felt like a role,
but somewhere in the acting,
I misplaced my soul. You were never asking for performance.
You were asking for presents.
This is the day I stopped performing, the day I laid it down. No more hiding imperfections beneath a borrowed crown. If truth is where revival starts and honesty is brave, then this is the day I stopped performing and stepped into your grace.
You don't require a spotlight. You don't demand applause. You welcome broken offering, and in hearts without a cause. You see beyond appearances,
Beyond the polished part,
you are after something deeper.
a surrendered heart, revelation,
Freedom begins
where pretending ends. This is the
day I stop performing. Let the curtain fall.
if love doesn't
Not require disguise. I don't
need one at all. I would rather stand imperfect than hide behind a claim, for grace is greater than the mask I used to wear in shame.
And finally at rest.
And finally at rest. Before the mountains stood tall, you were.
Before my fears had language, before my name was spoken, before time counted seconds, you were constant. The world feels unstable, nations rise and fall, but eternity does not tremble.
Before the mountains were formed, you were God alone. Before my doubts were born, you were on the throne. If generations fade like grass and seasons quickly pass, before the mountains were formed, your love will last.
I measure life in moments, you measure it in purpose. I panic at tomorrow, you stand outside of time. 1,000 years are nothing to the one who never changes.
Before the mountains were formed,
Before the mountains were formed, you held the sky in place. Before my prayers were whispered, you prepared the grace. If life is but a vapor and breath is just a spark,
before the mountains were formed,
you lit the dark,
everlasting,
unshaken.
holy and kind.
Before the mountains were formed, and long after they fall, you will remain faithful, the author of it all. So when my strength is fading and time has run its course, I'll rest in the eternal, my shelter and my soul. You will be.
You are.
Waiting is its own kind of wilderness. No applause, no movement, just trust, stretching thin. I've prayed for open doors, but you gave me a hallway. Fluorescent lights humming softly, time moving slower than faith feels comfortable. I thought delay meant denial, but maybe it means preparation. Here in the waiting room of grace, teach my heart to stay. If silence is your classroom, help me learn your ways. When answers aren't immediate and patience feels misplaced, keep me in the waiting room of grace. Seeds don't bloom overnight. Oil is pressed in hidden places. Character grows underground before it ever meets the sun.
You are not late.
You are not late.
You are intentional. Here in the waiting room of grace,
Shape what I can,
shape what I can see.
refine my expectations.
Find my expectations, grow humility in me. If timing is your wisdom and love is not in haste, keep me in the waiting room of grace.
Not rushed, not forgotten,
still held. Here in the waiting room of grace,
I surrender control.
the one who writes the seasons is restoring my soul.
And when the door finally opens,
I'll know it wasn't waste.
every moment in the waiting room of
Grace.
waiting, still worship.
There's a space between what I feel and what I know is true. My heart keeps asking questions. My face says wait it through. I know you're more than stories, more than words I've been told. But tonight my hands are shaking, trying to hold what I hold. I've cried in empty rooms with my Bible on the floor. Not angry, just exhausted from believing anymore. I don't need you to explain why the hurt won't go. I just need you to remind me that I'm not alone. Meet me between what I feel and what I know, where my doubt and my devotion both show. If faith is just staying when it's hard, then here I am, Lord. You said, blessed are the honest hearts, not the ones who never fall. You called my questions holy, you still answer my call. You didn't give me certainty, you gave me peace instead. And somehow that was enough to rest my head. I don't need control anymore. Now love feels quieter than fear, but stronger when it stays. I'm learning that belief can live in slow and fragile ways. Lead me between what I feel and what I know, where healing starts and pride lets go. I don't need to be sure to stay, I choose you anyway. Before the sun remembers how to rise, before my heart learns courage again, your word is already standing unmoved, unshaken, unimpressed by my doubt. I've seen promises fail, I've watched people change, but you remain the same. You spoke light into nothing, and nothing obeyed. Your word still stands when my strength falls. Wisdom doesn't shout. It speaks softly between mistakes. Proverb says, a gentle answer turns away wrath. But life isn't always gentle. Sometimes people break promises. Sometimes trust falls apart. Sometimes love leaves scars. Still, your wisdom stays calm, like a quiet teacher, reminding us that healing is stronger than anger. Teach my heart the sound of patience. Teach my soul the way of grace. When the world becomes too heavy, let your love become my place. Every wound begins to soften. Every storm begins to slow. When your wisdom lights the pathway to the valleys that I know. Tonight I think about forgiveness. Not the easy kind. The kind that costs something. The kind that asks the heart to open again. Even when it remembers pain. But you forgave first. Before we asked. Before we understood. And maybe that's why grace feels so powerful. Because it breaks the cycle of hurt. Truth is gentle when it heals. Love restores the heart it seals. Even broken roads can lead to the place our soul still needs. And somewhere between wisdom and mercy, a wounded soul learns how to breathe again. I came in pieces tonight. Not dramatic, just worn. The kind of tired that lives in the bones. The kind you carry for years. I've learned how to function through fracture. How to speak while my chest feels tight. I thought faith meant progress, but I was falling behind. Gospel. Gospel. Presence. Then you came without instruction. No checklist, no timeline. You didn't ask what was broken. You didn't measure my faith. You sat beside the ache like I belonged there, like nothing needed to be earned. Gospel river. You never asked me to be whole. You only asked me to come. You didn't call my brokenness a problem to remove. You held me like I was worthy, exactly as I wake up softer. I let joy and sadness in. I don't rush either way. I've learned they both belong. You never asked me to be whole. You only asked me to come, and I did. Broken, breathing, still here, and held, always The night was heavy, my breath worn thin, carrying storms I kept within. Every road felt cold and closed, till your gentle mercy showed a quiet call inside the pain. You spoke my worth, you broke the chain. Awake in your presence, my soul finds rest. From shattered fears to hope confessed, faith revives, my heart aligns. In your love, new life I find. All the moments I thought I failed, you were there when courage paled. Your grace surrounded every tear, turning trembling into clear. I surrender all I hide, every fear I kept inside. Lift me, lead me, let me see who I am when I'm set free. Your presence, my soul finds rest. From shattered fears to hope confessed, faith revives, my heart. Set free, your light morning light on wounded ground, healing truth in sacred sound. Your nearness calms my racing heart. In your love I make my start. Soft piano echoes low, I release what I don't know. Held in peace, both tried anew. I awake alive in you. I expected peace to feel dramatic, like a moment I remember, but it came like a deep breath in the middle of December. I didn't notice it at first, I was too busy being afraid. But something shifted in my chest when I stopped begging you to change. I stopped asking why me. Stop fighting every scar. I stopped thinking faith meant fixing who I already are. I sat with you in silence, no words left to say. And that's when peace walked in and decided to stay. Peace came quietly to my soul, not all at once, but slow. It didn't erase my pain, it just told me I'm not alone. You taught me peace is trusting, even when nothing moves, believing you are working when there's nothing left to prove. You didn't change my story, you changed how I stand. Now I'm not afraid of tomorrow, it's still in your hands. I let go. I let go. Now my heart beats soft and wide in a rhythm I can feel. I don't need to chase the light, it's already real. Peace came quietly, turned my night into day. I didn't need to run anymore. Peace showed me what faith is for. All at once, but slow. And then he answered quietly. 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 I thought faith would feel like fire, like confidence, like sound. But mine feels like a trembling voice, afraid to let me down. I don't shout your name from rooftops, I whisper when I pray, hoping that you hear me, even when I'm afraid. I've compared my faith to others, thought something must be wrong. Why does mine feel fragile while theirs look so strong? But you met me in the quiet, not in borrowed belief. You said small faith still moves heaven when it's honest and weak. When faith feels small in my hands, you still call me your child. You don't measure how loud I believe, you just stay for a while. You carried me when I couldn't stand, you stayed when I felt numb. You taught me faith is letting go, not forcing myself to run. You didn't need my certainty, You wanted my heart right in the middle of breaking, right at the start. I breathe, I release it. Now peace feels like a gentle weight resting on my chest. I don't need to prove I trust you, I just rest. When faith feels small, you feel near, closer than my fear. I don't need to be strong today, you're enough this way. Enough.
Provision doesn't always look like abundance. Sometimes it looks like just enough. I thought the desert meant abandonment, dry wind meant you were gone, sand between my expectations and the promises I leaned upon. But manna doesn't fall in comfort, water flows from unlikely stone. You teach dependence in the places where I feel alone. The wilderness exposes hunger, but it also reveals who feeds me. You prepare a table in the wilderness, bread enough for the day. Though tomorrow hides behind the dunes, you show me how to pray. If daily grace is greater than a lifetime stored away, and set the table in the wilderness, I will choose to stay. Complaint once filled my language,
fear rehearsed what might not be, but gratitude grows slowly when survival bends the knee. You don't waste the desert years, you shape endurance there. What feels like deprivation becomes a holy prayer.
Why not bring me straight to promise?
Because promise needs preparation.
Will I make it through?
I am with you.
So lay the cloth across the dryness, pour hope into my cup. Let contentment be the portion when I feel I've had enough. If abundance is in excess,
But trust in what you give,
then I will feast upon your faithfulness and learn again to live. Enough is holy.
enough, enough, enough is holy.
Soft invocation. Looking back, I see footprints I thought were mine. seasons I call lonely, through valleys steep and wide, through nights I felt abandoned with no one by my side. I see now what I missed then, a presence underneath, arms that bore the weight of me when I was too weak to breathe.
Smoke and reflection,
I thought I survived by strength,
but I was sustained by grace. I was carried all along,
even when I couldn't tell,
through every fragile chapter,
through every private hell.
if mercy walked beside me,
When I thought I walked alone,
then I was carried all along.
closer than I've known. I was even alone,
Closer, feet all alone.
closer than I've known.
Closer than I've known.
Closer than I've known.
Closed doors were protection, detours were design. What felt like interruption was alignment over time. You guarded unseen dangers, you softened unseen blows. You were writing faithfulness in ways I didn't know.
Revelation.
Not once was I abandoned,
Not once was I alone.
not once was I alone. I was carried all along,
Through questions without reply,
through healing that took longer,
than I thought I could survive.
and now I rest in confidence.
No future can undo,
The God who carried yesterday
will carry me through. Closing benediction.
always carry.
The sky doesn't rush. It just stretches wide, as if it trusts tomorrow will come. I walked outside tonight, barefoot on cold concrete, looking up at a sky too big for my small understanding. They said the heavens declare glory, but I don't hear thunder. I hear patience. Stars don't compete for brightness, they just burn faithfully in the place you assigned them. Maybe I've been striving, but I was meant to stand still.
Under open heaven,
I remember who I am.
not the weight of expectation.
Just a child inside your hands.
If the sparrow fires go vision,
If the lilies never stray,
then why am I so worried?
when you whisper my name,
There's wisdom in the quiet sky. No hustle, no comparison, no fear of being unseen. You said trust with all your heart, but my heart trembles sometimes. Trust feels like stepping forward before the light turns green.
skill.
The air feels sacred tonight, like grace falling invisibly on everything breathing.
Under open heaven, my ambition fades away. All my restless questions lose their need to stay. If you hold the seasons, if you count each grain of sand, then surely you can hold this fragile life I have.
Teach me to trust, like the sunrise,
Certain,
without striving,
certain.
without applause.
Under open heaven, I finally let go, and you hold me slow, slow, slow. Under open heaven,
I walked outside tonight. I finally let go, and you hold me. Under open heaven,
under open heaven,
under open the sky doesn't rush. The sky doesn't rush. The sky doesn't rush.
under open heaven.
I walked outside tonight. I walked outside tonight. I walked outside tonight. Some prayers don't need many words.
There are nights when surrender tastes like tears, when obedience feels heavier than rebellion ever did. I kneel beneath quiet branches of questions without answers, and I say,
Not my will.
in the olive tree silence,
Hold my trembling hands.
if obedience is costly,
Help me understand.
when the cup feels bitter and fear begins to rise, meet me in the silence where true devotion lies.
You see the struggle. You know the recipe. Submission is not weakness. It is trust refined.
Even if the path is narrow, even if it aches, your presence outweighs the pain. In the olive tree silence,
Steady my heartbeat.
when surrender feels like breaking,
Let your peace repeat.
If wisdom walks through suffering and love endures the night, meet me in the silence and turn my fear to light. Faithful, even here. Even here, in the olive tree silence,
I lay my future down.
the one who reigns in heaven
Wears a humble crown.
and though the night is heavy,
I trust what you have planned.
you meet me in the silence and gently hold my hand. Stillness is sacred.
I came undone without warning, in places I thought were safe. I smiled while my heart was breaking, just to keep my place. I told myself I'd get over it, that time would make it small. But pain has its own memory, and it remembers all. Blues vulnerability, I didn't lose my faith that night. I lost my balance, lost my ground. I kept believing you were good, while my world came down. I whispered prayers through heavy tears, not asking to be safe, just asking if you'd still be there if I couldn't stay brave. Gospel reassurance, and you were there in the wreckage, not shocked, not disappointed. You didn't say get up now, you said let me sit in it. Your presence felt like permission to stop holding myself tight. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't fight. You stayed when I fell apart, when I couldn't hold my shape. You stayed when I lost the language for trust and faith. Rescue me from feeling, you stayed and let me feel, and somehow that became the place where my heart could heal. So you stayed when I fell apart, when I couldn't hold my shape. You stayed when I lost the language for trust and faith. Love is staying power. It doesn't rush the process, it honors the hour. I stopped asking when I'd be okay. Stop counting how long it's been. I let myself be exactly where I was and let you in. You stayed, surrendered. No timeline, no deadline. Just this moment, held in holy quiet. R&B life continues. I still carry the story, but it doesn't carry me. I walk a little softer now, more honestly. I don't fear breaking open. I don't fear the dark, because I know who stays with me when things fall apart. You stay.
Sometimes prayer has no words. I ran out of sentences tonight. All I have is breathing.
Inhale, you are faithful. Exhale, I release control.
Breathe in grace.
Breathe out
Fear.
feel out fear.
You hear the space between my words, the sighs I cannot form. You understand the trembling
before the coming storm. If weakness is the doorway where heaven enters in, then meet me in the breathing where my prayers begin. Breath by breath,
step by step.
step by step.
I don't know what to ask.
I don't know what to ask.
I know what you need.
I don't know how to pray.
Just breathe. Just breathe. In the breath between the prayer, you are closer than the air. Before my lips can whisper, you are already there. Ooh, if communion isn't language, but connection deep within, then dwell inside the breathing again and again.
I've been wandering, lost and torn, through sleepless nights, through weary morn. The shadows linger, the fears remain, but I hear your voice easing my pain. Your gentle whisper fills the air, a tender love beyond compare. Hold me in your light, guide my way through darkest night to brightest day. Faith renews, hope ignites, your love surrounds, endless delights. Every broken dream, every cry, you lift me up, you never deny. Your grace flows deep, my heart restored. I rise with joy, I lift you, Lord. I surrender fully, take my hand, lead me through life, help me stand, through trials, fears, your love sustains. In every loss, your light remains. The morning shines, I feel your peace. From fear and pain, I find relief. Your melody fills every part. I rest in you, you hold my heart. Soft piano, airy paths fading slow, sacred stillness, love's gentle flow. I breathe in you, my soul takes flight, forever held in your sacred light. I was waiting for a miracle, something loud and bright, but grace came like a whisper in the middle of the night. No thunder, no fire in the sky, just peace I couldn't explain, like someone calling me beloved. In the middle of my pain, grace moves quiet through my soul. Doesn't shout, just takes control. I was weak, but now I know. Grace moves quiet. Grace moves quiet. I stopped fighting every scar, stopped hiding every fear. I learned love doesn't hurry, it just stays right here. Now my heart beats soft and true in a slower time. I don't chase what I can't hold, I let your love be mine. Ooh, grace moves quiet, grace moves deep, finds me when I'm incomplete. I let go, I finally know moves quiet. Ooh, grace moves quiet. Stay with me. No more running, no disguise. I'm safe inside your eyes. I don't need to prove my worth. Grace moves quiet in my life. Quiet is grace. The night was heavy, my heart confined, searching for truth I could not find. Through tears and pain, through doubts untold, I felt your love, so pure, so bold. A whisper soft, it calls my name. Your tender love sets me aflame. Awake in your presence, my soul takes flight from darkest fears into your light. Faith restores, hope abides. Your love surrounds, my heart confides. Every broken dream, every lonely night, your grace surrounds me, your mercy bright. I feel the warmth, I hear the song. With you beside me, I am strong. I surrender all, I trust your plan. I rise renewed by your hand. Through trials deep, through unknown ways, I walk with you all of my days. The morning glows, the shadows fade. Your gentle touch, my fears allayed. A sacred peace flows through my heart. With you, my Lord, I'll never part. Soft pads and piano, a gentle sigh. Peace descends as I rest nearby. Your presence holds me tender and true, forever away hoping you'd repair, but you didn't rush to change a thing. You just stayed there. I wanted answers, wanted peace, wanted pain to end, but you gave me something deeper. You became my friend. I wasn't fixed, I was held in a love that knew me well. I don't need to be whole today. I was held. Being held taught me how to breathe, how to let go slow, how to stop asking what's wrong with me and start feeling love. Now my soul rests easy in sacred grace. I don't fear my broken places. They're a holy space. I wasn't fixed, I was held in divine love. I fell into peace I couldn't earn. I was held. Hold me still. I came in tired, I leave changed, not healed, but safe in the arms that never fail. I was held. The night tried to convince my heart that hope had gone away. Every fear spoke louder than truth, till you gently stayed. You didn't chase the dark away, you didn't force the day. You just became a steady light, and the light stayed. The light stayed when I couldn't see, when I couldn't believe in me. In the middle of my pain, the light stayed. That's how I learned what love really is. Not a rescue, not escape, but presence in the waiting that never turns away. Now joy moves soft inside my chest like morning rain. I don't fear the dark no more. The light stays. The light stays. Come and says, your word is a lamp to my feet, not a spotlight, not the whole road, just a lamp, enough light for the next step. Faith isn't about seeing everything, it's about trusting the next step will be enough. Light my path tonight, guide my wandering heart. Even when the road is narrow, love will never fall apart. Every promise in your word shines brighter than my fears, leading me through silent nights and every unseen year. Sometimes I wish God would show the whole journey, but wisdom whispers, if we saw everything, we might never learn to trust. So He gives us just enough light, one step, then another. Hope is glowing in the dark. Hope is glowing in the dark. Every step becomes a spark. Hope is glowing in the dark. Hope is glowing in the dark. Every step becomes a spark. Tonight, the lamp is small, but it's enough.
Soft invocation. I live between certainty and doubt, between prayer and silence, between what you promised and what I see.
I thought faith meant confidence, a steady, unmoved grind. But lately I've been trembling at every fragile sound. The future feels like fog tonight. My courage feels delayed. I'm somewhere in the middle of trusting, being afraid.
Spoken confession. I believe. But sometimes belief feels small. Is fragile faith still faith at all?
Meet me in the middle of my baby, in the questions I can't name. If mustard seeds can move the hills, then use my trembling frame. You don't despise uncertainty when it still leans your way. So meet me in the middle of my maybe.
Doubt does not erase devotion. It only asks for light.
And you are not intimidated
by wrestling at night.
You welcome honest searching, you steady wavering knees. You are not afraid of tension between belief and plea.
Revelation. Faith is not the absence of questions. It is choosing who to ask. Stay with me in the middle of my maybe. To clarity appears, ain't the hope beneath the surface of these complicated fears. If faith grows in the tension where surrender meets delay, then I will trust you in the middle of my maybe. Kimyanjana,
Even here,
you are enough.
you are enough. Stay with me in the middle.
Even here,
You are enough.
you are enough. Soft invocation. I live between certainty and doubt, between prayer and silence, between what you promised and what I see.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty and doubt.
I live between certainty.
I live between
Certainty. You are enough. Even here. Soft invocation.
soft invocation. I live between certainty. I live between soft invocation. Soft invocation.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty and doubt.
I live between
Soft invocation.
soft invocation.
Soft. I live between certainty. Soft.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty.
I live soft invocation.
Soft. Soft invocation. Soft confession. Soft invocation in songs.
Soft invocation.
Soft invocation.